everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism. And this video is going to be about some behaviours that are red flags that you could be involved with or getting involved with a narcissistic person. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, they often have that charismatic charm, where we don't want to call them out for being charming, as some people are naturally charming. However, there is a red flag within that charismatic charm just to slow things down and get to know people for who they are and not who they're selling themselves to be. Within that charismatic charm, they can be full of confidence. However, when you pay attention to actually get to know them, you'll often notice that confidence is actually their arrogance. When they're claiming they know something oh so well and someone points something out to them, they take offence because they're arrogant. A confident person would happily turn around and say, "Oh, I've never thought about that," or "Oh, I've not looked at it from that way before." So a confident person will see no need to tear another person down. An arrogant person will happily pull another person to shreds to feel better about themselves. There's that flattery. They don't give people genuine compliments. What they do is flatter people to butter people up. They make things all about themselves. They either exaggerate how amazing they are, or they play the victim of how others have treated them poorly. And they can make jokes out of their negative, toxic behaviour. They have a knack of making it light-hearted when they've done something wrong to a person and they cannot get out of it. They either play the victim or they make a joke out of it, so that people either sympathise with them and think, "Oh, it's such a shame. They had such a terrible childhood. No wonder they turned to this. No wonder they did that after everything they've been through." Only the narcissistic type of person doesn't recognise this and learn to change from this behaviour. They just learn to get away with it and repeat it. And the same as they'll make jokes out of their behaviour to get those around them laughing, and you can almost feel uncomfortable. With a narcissist, there's often that fast involvement when it comes to a friendship or a relationship. There is that fast involvement because they need to get you hooked on them as quickly as possible. So there might be those excessive gifts, those excessive trips. They might want to message you constantly. They might want to spend a lot of time with you. They might want to move in with you quickly, or you to move in with them quickly. They might claim soulmate status very fast. And they want all your time. They want all your time. And you'll notice, it might not be obvious, however, you'll notice they get offended in the early days when you've got plans with somebody else. They might offer to give you a lift there, and they might offer to pick you up, which seems like most genuine people can do this. So it seems like they're being genuine and caring. However, what they're doing is keeping a track of your whereabouts. So they want to spend an awful lot of time with you. And when you want to spend time with other people, you find yourself feeling guilty. You find yourself feeling bad. You find yourself neglecting your friends and family because you feel like you might offend the narcissist if you were to let the narcissistic person down. They have that lack of patience. We can all lack patience in our lives. We can all be going through things, and patience might not be our strong point at that moment in time. With a narcissistic person, you'll often notice they expect people to be ready and waiting for them. However, they will happily not be waiting for other people. You can go to a fast food restaurant and you notice them getting on edge if their food isn't served to them fast enough. They might start complaining to staff Some narcissistic people will make a big scene that makes you feel uncomfortable as they complain to staff. Other narcissistic people will just complain to you. Conversations. In the beginning, there might be great lengthy conversations, as with most relationships. And they might be very willing to listen to you, which makes you feel understood. It makes you feel heard. However, what we don't recognise is what they are listening to is information that they can further down the line use against you. They kind of get you to feel confident enough to open up with them, to tell them your vulnerabilities and your weaknesses and the things you've been through. So then they've got all these things to use against you, to hurt you. However, they make you feel comfortable in doing it, even though you've got a hint. Your instincts are screaming at you not to, but you don't quite know what they're telling you at that moment in time. And if you ask something about them, they might not be forthcoming with the information unless it's information that will work in their favour. And as you get to know them more, you'll often notice the conversations turn all about them, all about how amazing they are, all about the things that they have done. They exaggerate things and they tell stories, and you'll often find with their arrogance, they'll quite happily exaggerate or lie about things they've done. Yet if you then try to dig deeper and ask them questions about something they're claiming to have done but haven't done, they don't have the answers. They change the subject back onto you. They start asking you about things. They're selfish. They lack the consideration for other people. They'll happily allow you to let your friends down and sulk if you let them down. You'll notice when driving, we can all have that day where we are in a rush. We can all have that day on the road where things are just building up and we might explode. However, you'll notice with a narcissistic person, it's a regular pattern of behaviour. When they are on the road, they lack the patience for other drivers. They lack the consideration for other drivers. They'll happily cut people up and then blame the other people. They'll happily moan about other people. They are extremely stubborn in spite of a good argument, in spite of good reason to do something. They will refuse to do it. They are extremely stubborn to the point you might fear asking them of something. However, they'll happily ask you. They want to isolate you. So they might guilt trip you before you go out with friends and family. So they slowly cut you off from your friends and family. They might tell you that they don't trust that friend of yours, that family member interferes too much. They might want you to move in with them quickly, that fast involvement. They might want you to move miles away so that they can isolate you from your support network. They lack empathy. You can sit and watch a programme and something horrific can be happening to someone, whether it is circumstances that person brought on themselves or not. And most genuine people can empathise with that person and that situation and think, yes, from a selfish point of view, ooh, if that had have happened to me, ooh. With a narcissistic person, they just turn around and say, well, they deserved it. Good, I'm glad that's happened to them. They lack the empathy to genuinely care about those around them. They will often talk badly about those around them. And you'll often notice when somebody is in a time of need, the narcissist will abandon those people. The narcissist will be there for those in a time of need while they're love bombing those people. However, when they're not love bombing and they're devaluing and discarding, they will not be there for those in their time of need unless the narcissist can gain in some way. They're highly critical of other people. They're very quick to put other people down. This is often due to their envy. Because they're envious of others, they seek to pull other people down. They can often pull you down, and then they'll turn around if you dare to tell them how their actions have made you feel. They will turn around and claim that you're the one that's being too sensitive. You're the one that's overreacting. You're the one that's insecure. They were only messing. You need to learn just how to take a joke. And they are envious of other people's happiness and success. They have to pull other people down to feel better about their own misery. They have to ruin things for other people to feel better about their own misery. When you're dealing with someone that displays at least 9 of the 5 criteria, such as that sense of entitlement, exploitative behaviour, arrogant and haughty behaviour, envious of others, lack of empathy, a belief that they are special. When you're dealing with someone that displays these characteristics and displays these behaviour on a regular pattern, it's time to distance yourself from that person. We can all have a moment of being stubborn. We can all have a moment of being selfish. We can all get carried away with things. We can all have a moment of being impatient. However, most genuine people can recognise these moments within themselves. Narcissistic people tend to shift the blame over to somebody else or keep promising to work on something but never delivering. Listen to their actions and not their words, because narcissistic people are very good at talking the talk, but very rarely do they walk the walk. If anyone has any signs you noticed, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.